Hey, this is Victor Antonio with another sales ride-along moment where you ride along and I talk about sales. On my way to the airport to pick up somebody, and I'm getting on Highway 400. And if you've ever been to Atlanta, Highway 400, not the place to be. One accident, everything jams up. So let's hope that's not the case. But in the meantime, let's talk a little bit about sales. So today I want to talk a little bit about just the buying process, how people make buying decisions. So let me walk you through the basic steps, if not scenario. First of all, there's the trigger event. Something happens that causes somebody to say, hey, I need this product. So let's say, for example, that your car breaks down just one too many times. That's a trigger event. You finally say, okay, that's it. I've had it. I am now going to buy a new car. Okay? You're there. Now, what's your second step? You've made a decision that you're going to get a new car. Then you start researching a little bit about basically what type of cars you want. Now, you probably have already in your mind a couple of models or makes that you like to look at. Maybe Toyota, maybe a Honda, maybe a GM, whatever it may be, right? So you narrow your choices down. Let's say you fix yourself on a make, okay? So I'm going to get that model. So now the research goes into, which model should I get? So you narrow that choice down even further. Now you're saying to yourself, well, how much can I afford? How much should I pay? So now you make that decision. And so within that frame, you actually begin to understand and focus in on what you're going to buy, new or used, how much you're going to pay. If you're going to buy used, how many miles you're willing to tolerate, because again, you're buying a great quality car, so if it has low miles, you can get a great price. Depreciation costs are already out there. So, you'll make that decision. Then last but not least, you'll probably ask a couple of friends, get some referrals, talk to people, and again, this brings you to that conclusion to make that buying decision. That's how you typically buy a consumer product. Now let's look at a B2B model, right? Business to business. Again, something happens called a trigger event. Or maybe the customer realizes, hey, I need to do something about this problem I'm currently having. So the first is to make a decision that we need to do something. Then you begin the second phase, which is the research. What options are available? Can I find something to directly replace what I have, or can I find an alternative? So then you start looking for solutions, right? So now you're doing the research, you're looking for solutions. Once you've isolated a couple of solutions, maybe 2 or 3 solutions, you said, okay, I know what I want to do. I kind of have an idea of what I want to replace this product with or this service with. Then you begin to ask the question, well, who should I buy it from? At this point, you start looking at different vendors. Now, maybe you narrow down your choices even further. Now you've narrowed it down to a specific product, but there are 3 vendors out there that can actually offer that product. So then you contact the actual vendors and have them come in and do a presentation. Based on the presentations that you see, you go back. Next phase is to talk to your committee, maybe have a discussion about it, and finally make a selection on what product to buy. You buy the product, and then you put down the invoice, the order rather, and then the product arrives, and now you start implementing / testing the product and using it. So you can see that a B2B sales process is a little more complex than B2C. Now, why is this important from a sales perspective? Well, let me give you the obvious. If I know where somebody is in the buying process, where are they at in the buying process, that means I can sell to them more effectively. For example, go back to the B2B. If the customer's currently happy with this product, has no need to change it, there's no urgency, well, then I'm kind of wasting my time. Now, if there's a need but no urgency, well, maybe I'm not wasting my time. But maybe the client's in the decision process, perfect timing, right? If I'm talking to somebody who's actually looking for the solution, low-hanging fruit, those are the greatest sales you're going to make. Because all you got to do is show up, give a great presentation. The customer's already looking to buy, so that's a marriage made in sales heaven. But what happens if the customer has already narrowed it down to a couple of choices and has already pretty much selected somebody? Then for me to come in and try to sell them something at that point, it may be a little late. I'm not saying it's impossible, not saying that, but let's just say the probability of me getting that sale or turning that sale around in my favor are pretty low. So understanding where the buyer is coming from is really important when you look at the sales process. Too often from a sales training standpoint, we focus on how to sell. What are our steps in selling? But we never really ask ourselves, well, where's the customer at? In the buying process, where are they at? So the next time you're in a meeting with the customer, whether it's a B2C scenario or B2B, ask yourself, where are they at? Try to determine, based on questions you can come up with, ask them certain questions to try to pinpoint where are they at in the buying process. Are they satisfied with what they have? Are they looking for an alternative? Did they just make a decision? Where are they at? Knowing where they're at will allow you to adjust your sales presentation and be that much more effective. This is Victor Antonio with another sales ride-along moment reminding you, selling ain't hard when you know how. Take care. See ya.